the king of the mountains and the queen of the dust. Deep beneath the twisted roots of the great banyan tree lived a thriving kingdom of mice. Their leader was Queen Indira, a wise and observant mouse who knew every tunnel and every grain of sand in her domain. Life was peaceful, and the mice spent their days gathering seeds and singing songs under the safety of the leaves. Far across the plains, a terrible drought had dried the riverbeds to cracked clay. Hemant, the king of the elephants, looked at his thirsty herd. He knew of a hidden lake deep in the forest that never ran dry, but to get there, they would have to travel through the mouse kingdom. The elephant herd began their march. They were so large that the earth shook with every step. As they reached the great banyan, they didn't see the tiny homes below. Hemant led the way, his massive feet landing dangerously close to the mouse tunnels, causing the ground to cave in. Terrified, the mice fled their collapsing homes. Queen Indira knew she had to act quickly to save her people. She ran to the front of the herd and stood directly in Hemant's path. She looked like a tiny speck of brown dust against the gray mountain of the Elephant King. "Great King Hemant," Indira squeaked, her voice trembling but clear. "Your herd is destroying our city. If you take the path around the clearing instead of through it, my people will live. Please have mercy on the small." Hemant was a kind king. He looked at the tiny queen and felt a wave of regret. "I am sorry, Queen Indira," he trumpeted softly. "We did not see you. We shall take the longer path to the lake. May your homes be at peace." Months passed, and the rains returned. One day, a group of clever hunters entered the forest. They set heavy rope traps in the elephant paths. Hemant, leading his herd, stepped into a snare. The thick ropes tightened around his legs, pinning him to the ground. Hemant let out a mighty cry of distress that shook the very leaves of the trees. Back at the great banyan, Indira heard the familiar trumpet. She remembered the kindness the giant had shown her people, and knew it was time to fulfill a silent promise. Indira dashed to the clearing with hundreds of her swiftest mice. They found Hemant bound and exhausted. "Do not worry, King Hemant," Indira cried. She climbed onto the thick ropes and began to gnaw. With her sharp, tiny teeth, she bit through the fibers of the hunter's traps. The ropes snapped one by one until Hemant was free. The great king knelt before the tiny mouse. "I once thought the small could never help the great," Hemant whispered. "But today I see that a true friend is the most powerful thing in the forest, no matter their size."